It is once again Horror Mayhem, and it is the third week of Horror Mayhem, and we're now to the cosmic horror part, which I really like cosmic horror, so I was hoping these books would be very up my alley, and thankfully I absolutely loved my first one, which was Ring Shout by Djeli Clark. And this one is it's set in the 1920s. It's about a group of women who are fighters of interdimensional monsters who manifest themselves as clan members, and they're trying to call another god into the world, and they do all these different things to cause that to happen. This book was so much fun. I didn't really know much about this one. I'd seen the cover, but I didn't really know much about this one, and this one was such a fun read. It feels like they could do more of this particular storyline and keep going with the main character, whose name is Maurice, and she has this sword that she has been gifted by these sort of elder spirits, and she has a friend who was in World War One, dressed as a man, and is into demolitions and explosions, and there's a sharpshooter, and there's Union kind of socialist rebels involved. I mean, the whole thing is just, it's wild, but it is a very, very fun take on cosmic horror. It's not it is serious, but it's not the seriousness that cosmic horror sometimes gets into, with the bleakness of the endings of cosmic horror occasionally. This one is just fun. There's a lot of adventure in this one, a lot of addressing a lot of racial issues and different things that are major, still prescient, and major issues with racial relations and things like that. There's a lot of talk about Birth of a Nation as some sort of thing that calls up all these demon things, and it's just the whole thing is just wild, and it's also fun and very, very readable. I read this in like a day. I started it one day and then couldn't read the next day, and then ended up finishing it last night. But this is just deserved every bit of awards and praise it got, I feel like, because it is just a lot of adventure and excitement, and just kind of a wild ride. I don't see how this could ever be made into a movie by any means. It would look cool, but I don't see how the premise would ever work. But it was so much fun. So I very much recommend this one. I've now moved on to The Ballad of Black Tom, which is it is a retelling of an H.P. Lovecraft story called, is it The Incident at Red Hook? I don't know. Red Hook's in the name somewhere, but I'm hoping it is just as good as this one was, because I can't recommend this one enough. This one's been my favorite one of all of Horror Mayhem yet. So we're moving on to good things with Horror Mayhem.